What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Shaun Meehan, and joining me as always is my partner in crime, Mr. Ciara Lawler.
Hello, Shaun. Hello, listeners. I'm glad to be here. I'm just an excited boy. I can't wait to learn about a hero or a zero.
Really? Because you don't sound that excited, Connor.
Did that sound sarcastic?
Most things you say to me do sound sarcastic.
That's because they are.
Oh.
But remember when I said have a good day? I didn't mean it, Shaun. I've been planning this for months.
He meant have a great day.
No, that's not what I meant. So this is Hero or Zero, where we cover one comic book character every single week. We talk their good points and their bad points, and we just generally give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. I normally do DC. Shaun, you normally do Marvel. Last week I did Dr. Midnight, who was an old classic character from DC, but I think it's one of the good ones. So Shaun, I'm excited to see what you pull out this week, because is it going to be better than a man who is blind and also has a pet owl that he carries around named Hootie? I'm interested.
There's very little owls in this story.
I'm out. that's me out.
No, in a similar vein to Dr. Midnight, I went with kind of one of the old guard of Marvel characters.
Yeah, because we were talking last week about how Marvel has very few, well, not very few old guards. There's obviously Captain America's been around for years and years, but it's not really heavily implied in Marvel, like, oh, these are legends. Yeah,
Marvel has this weird sliding time scale where people age, but they don't really age.
Yeah.
It's weird. But what I did, this character debuted in Amazing Spider-Man number 12, and he's a villain that we actually talked about on Movie Mondays this week.
Oh, is it Mr. Electro?
It is Electro himself.
Played by Jamie Foxx in everyone's favourite Spider-Man movie, The Amazing Spider-Man, but more importantly, is going to be coming back as Electro for Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
As actual Electro, maybe, yeah.
As an actual Electro, not a weird blue man.
Yeah, and so the origin that they gave for him in Amazing Spider-Man 2 was not very good in that he fell into a vat of eels. So
it's an old one but a good one. To be fair, if you're going for an origin story, hero or villain, falling into a vat of chemicals is always a good one.
It really is. But I thought just in case they touch on this in the new Spider-Man movie, I thought I'd give a rundown of Electro's comic book origin.
Interesting.
So here we go. So, Maxwell Dillon was born in Endicott, New York, the son of Jonathan and Anita Dillon.
Two first names, by the way. Not lost on me.
Names.
Clearly a bad guy.
You're not letting that shit slide.
Maxwell Dillon. What are you hiding, Hitler? Huh?
Oh, right. Okay.
Too strong. Maybe reel it back a little bit.
Reel it back a little bit. There you go. So, raised by his overprotective mother after his father abandoned them, Max had ambitions of being an electrical engineer.
Okay.
However, after being convinced by his mother that he was not smart enough to pursue such a career...
Sounds like my mum. Is this mine? You're dumb as shit. You'll never make it, kid.
And, well, he reluctantly took up a job as a lineman for an electrical company.
Okay. So
he had all these dreams of being a scientist, and his mother is really traumatized by the fact that her husband left them for another woman, and her husband never was able to hold down a job or anything like that.
Right.
So she was like, I can't have the kid fail as well.
And also maybe a little bit she doesn't want to lose him as well, because once he's gone, then she has nobody.
Exactly. But she won't have to worry about it long, because when Maxwell was 24 years old... Your next
line is, she dies. That's such a cold way to get into that. Well, she won't be having too many worries for too much longer, to be honest with you, lads, because she's very dead.
So, will you let me finish, Connor?
Go on.
When Maxwell was 24 years old, his mother had a heart attack and died.
No more worries for her. She's free of worries. Yeah.
Free as a bird.
Okay, she's laughing the whole way to the bank.
Maxwell found a steady job with the electric company, but his income was limited. He soon started dating a woman named Norma Lynn, who was a billing clerk at the electric company, and they eventually married, Connor.
Oh, nice enough. Maybe this will be the end of his story.
Exactly. So while Maxwell didn't want a woman like his mother, who would be controlling and not push him to do anything, he found the opposite problem in Norma.
Oh no.
So she complained that she wanted a stable household with a good earner, and she felt that Max's inability to abandon his lineman's job for greener pastures was a liability.
Right.
So she ran off with an engineer who could provide a life for her that Maxwell could not.
I mean, a bit harsh. What did you say he's working as a lineman?
A lineman, so he's out like fixing electricity lines and things like that.
That's not a terrible job. I don't know what her problem is. Like, what is the pay gap between that and engineer?
I don't know, but I think this was just like, it was the 50s and 60s where it was, get a job in an office, and that's how you provide.
I will mention, however, I have moved rooms for this report, and it is lashing rain. So if you can hear rain, that is classic Irish weather going on outside as we record.
Literally, the second I pressed record, it started raining. It
started to lash rain, yes. I have a similar problem. Go on.
So the repeat of his parents' failed relationship in his own life caused Maxwell to resolve to find a new woman.
Oh, here we go.
However,
this
would set events in motion that would soon culminate in a criminal career.
Oh, you're really setting the scene here. This is really good writing.
Thank you. The Wikipedia was great.
Wikipedia's a good one.
So, Max decided to find himself a trophy wife that he could control with money.
Oh, I just made a face. I just made a face like, oh, you've gone wrong, Max.
Bear in mind, he's a villain, Connor.
Yeah, I know, but up until this point, he hasn't actually done anything wrong.
No, that's true. So he wanted to control her with money so that she would probably not stray as Norma did, lest she be cut off from the funds.
Genius, okay.
This strange mixture of pride and lust added a third sin to Dylan's attitude. Greed.
No. Oh no. So he needs the money to get the trophy wife, but he's just a shit lineman. He has no money, Shaun. How's he going to get it?
Well, here's his plan, okay?
Okay.
So one day while they were working on the lines, another lineman got in trouble, and Max agreed to save him only if the co-worker would expressly say to the electric company how much of a hero Max was. Which would increase his chance of getting a promotion.
Right, okay. What a where was this man trapped? Like, just up on a big pole. Save me, Max!
He was dangling from an electricity pole.
Max is like, I'm here to negotiate. Max, I have like literally 10 seconds to live.
These are my terms.
Sign the contract or else.
However, and I love however in a Marvel story.
It's good.
A freak lightning storm hit and caused the lineman in distress to lose his balance and fall to his death.
Oh no.
Yes. In the
also, a freak lightning storm could be happening right now.
That's true. Stay away from the lines, Connor.
Yes, it's raining quite heavily. Technology could come back to haunt me here. Electricity.
You could become podcast man.
Oh! No, I won't be fucking that anyway. Jesus.
In the process of lightning striking and killing a man, Max Dillon gained superpowers when he was struck by lightning while in contact with power lines that were still connected to the spool.
Okay, so his origin story is gets struck by lightning and he becomes electric. I mean, it's an old one but a good one.
It is. So the unusually configured magnetic field, which was generated by the big wound up spool of wire and the live high tension wires, and this is a very hard sentence to say, so I'm going to do my best. It induced a body-wide mutagenic change to his nervous system.
Right. Okay.
So, Max found himself transformed into a living electrical capacitor.
So he's no longer solid? Or is he?
So, basically, you know the way your body has like synapses and everything you do is an electrical impulse?
Yeah.
All of those can store more energy in Max.
Okay.
So, like, that's a fairly regular way of understanding it. I think.
Yeah, it's as regular as you can get for a man turning into electricity.
Big electric man, correct.
The big electric man.
So generally Max's criminal actions were governed by his selfish love of money. Adopting the gaudy garb of a supervillain.
Gaudy garb.
Gaudy garb, I love that word.
When he read that in the newspaper, fuck's sake, I thought it was sleek.
It's green and yellow.
I really like it, guys.
So the deranged Max sought to use his newfound power for personal gain. Electro's first and most frequent nemesis was a certain wisecracking superhero known as Spider-Man.
We hate him. He's such a little dickhead.
Well, you know who else hates him, Connor? Is J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes, he loves pictures of Spider-Man, but he doesn't like looking at Spider-Man. It's a weird dichotomy.
It is, and so J. Jonah Jameson was convinced that Spider-Man and Electro were the same person.
Yeah, but that's because he's real dumb. He's just like, oh, it's another villain. They're clearly the same. And everyone's like, Jay, like, they clearly don't have the same powers. One of them's blue. I don't understand.
They're in the photo together.
Like, they're standing right beside each other. They're the same. They're moving real fast. Also, Spider-Man has super speed.
And so he was convinced that they were the same person until Spider-Man defeated Electro using a combination of rubber gloves, rubber-soled shoes, and a fire hydrant.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, unable to best the wall crawler on his own, Electro often sought strength in numbers. So, early on in his career, himself and 5 other members of Spider-Man's rogue gallery united under the leadership of Dr. Octopus. So the inaugural incarnation of the Sinister Six included Sandman, Mysterio, Vulture, Kraven the Hunter, Doc Ock, and Electro.
That's a good lineup, to be fair.
It really is. And so their big plan was to attack Spider-Man one by one until one of them would manage to defeat him.
But would it not be smarter to attack him all at once?
But then, what if that doesn't work, Connor?
But what if it doesn't work one by one? You're giving him a better opportunity to survive.
Would you call 6 chances of victory better than 1?
But you have 6 times the chance of victory in the one.
No, Connor, there's 6 of them.
Yeah, and 1v1 is 50-50. But 6v1, you have 6 times the chance.
Look, I think we'll just have to agree to disagree on this one.
Right, okay, sorry.
The outcome, by the way, of the initial incarnation of the Sinister Six was Spidey 6 and Bad Guy 0.
Interesting. That is interesting that it didn't work out for them.
No, now I still don't see the flaw in that plan.
You still, even though Spider-Man won, you're still like, I wouldn't have done it any differently. I'm looking at that tactic plan. I think it's right.
Change a thing, lads.
Worked seamlessly. Up until the point we lost, we nearly had him.
So, after this, Electro goes into this weird thing of he just kind of pops up every now and again, is defeated, and is presumed dead until he's back again.
Right. Is it because whenever Spider-Man defeats him, he uses water, so there's probably like a big explosion, so it's like, we assume he's dead because there was a massive explosion.
Yeah, exactly. And there is one instance where Spider-Man defeats him and he just jumps into the Hudson River.
Jesus.
Apparently killing himself. But sometimes I feel like the writers don't know how to end an Electro story.
Yeah, because I think he's really powerful, and also, once you bring water into it, you have to understand that there's probably going to be an explosion, he should probably die. But then, another writer comes in later on, and it's kind of like, yeah, but Electro's a cool character to come in.
Yeah, and in the most recent comics, I believe, Electro has been replaced by kind of someone else has taken up the mantle. And it was someone, and she's actually really interested in that. And this is a very surface level overview of her, but she was obsessed with supervillains. Like, she was just a massive fan of supervillains. And so she would, like, give Electro her apartment to hide out in and stuff if he ever needed it.
Okay.
until one day Electro was having issues controlling his powers, and so she put out a hand to like touch his face, and she died. But then the Jackal, who we know from previous reports is into cloning and shit,
he's into cloning and shit,
brought her back to life. And then when they were trying to get Electro's powers under control, she kissed Electro and siphoned all of his powers into her.
I mean, if you touched him once and you died, would you really go in for the kiss?
Here's the thing. When she died and when he collected the DNA, some of Electro's DNA was mixed in with it.
Ah, right, okay.
But that's how they kind of passed on the mantle to a new person without having to do another person working on electricity lines.
Yeah. Is Electro seen as like a smart character, or is he in the Sinister Six only because he has superpowers and like Doc Ock and Norman Osborn kind of take the lead on plans? Clearly their plans work, they're perfect, but I just mean, is his brain smart or is he more of a brute?
It depends on the version you read. Like, if we look at the Marvel 1 to 7 rating system, some versions of Electro are a 2 for intelligence, whereas some are like a 5.
Right.
You know, like, again, it depends who's writing him.
Yeah, it depends on how high they rate him as a character and what comic book writer is writing him at the moment. Or else maybe it depends on what the story needs. Does he need to know this thing, or is he a bit thick?
Exactly. I think in terms of like knowledge of electricity, he's quite well versed in that.
Well, he was a lineman, Shaun. I mean, he's well versed in it.
Too thick to be an electrical engineer, though.
Dumb as balls. You'll never make it, kid. Surely the first thing he should do is go kill the ex-wife.
But like, what if he had like 6 friends and they all took a chance?
One by one. One by one they attacked her. Yeah. That reminds me of any like superhero movie where there's like a big bunch of goons and they all attack one by one. And I'm just like, if 4 of you all just piled on him, there's no way he's getting out of it.
He's dead, like.
If Batman's standing there and you go one by one, he wants that. But if there's 5 of you with knives and you all attack, 4 might miss, but 1's going to get the stab in. You can't fight off 5 of you at once.
Yeah, it's like the Arkham combat, where just you only really need to focus on one.
Just keep hitting one and the other ones will just watch and like, maybe he'll win. No, wait, it's my turn.
Maybe this is the guy.
this one random goon, he's going to be the one that does it. I'm just going to stand back and enjoy the view.
So, as far as Electro's powers and abilities go, you can probably imagine most of them. But he has electrostatic energy generation. So what that is, he has the ability to generate electrostatic energy, which he can release or harness for a number of effects. So the way it works is his body generates electricity at a rate of about 10,000 volts a minute, up to a maximum capacity of 10 million volts.
And so, with that, could he just make himself explode?
Yeah. So he can choose, he can release 1 volt or 10 million volts all at once.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Yeah, and at a distance between like 10 and 30 feet, his maximum charge is enough to kill a man.
See, really, the more you talk about him, the more you're like, he should probably beat Spider-Man in a fight.
He really should.
Because I don't care how strong Spider-Man is, if you get hit with 10 million volts into your body, there's no surviving that.
No, it'll literally short-circuit your brain. Like,
yeah, and your heart will just explode.
It's he's perfectly equipped to combat one of Spider-Man's main things in that his powers disrupt Spider-Man's ability to cling to walls.
Oh, that is interesting.
Because Spider-Man is weird, so his ability to stick to walls, he's actually like manipulating the electromagnetic field without knowing it.
Right, so it's not like in the Tobey Maguire movie where there's like little claws at his fingers.
No. Now that's a neat way to think of it.
Yeah.
But it's literally like he's magnetically stuck there and the magnet is as strong as it needs to be.
And if he has electricity running through whatever wall he's on, that will disrupt that magnet.
Exactly. It'll nearly repel rather than attract.
Jesus, that's really cool. So, really, Electro should be fucking Spider-Man up. As is the case with most of Spider-Man's villains, when you read out their powers and abilities, you're kind of like, they should probably beat him, but let's attack him one by one.
Yeah, but and then you realise it's electricity, so his main weaknesses are water and rubber, you know?
Yeah, and once Spider-Man gets his hand on a hose, it's game over.
Exactly. Or any of the heroes that can manipulate water.
No, Peter Parker just turns up with a bucket full of water. Like, that's if Electro turns up. We have him.
His grand plan is to lure Electro into a room where he's balanced a bucket of water on a door.
It's like, come get me, Electro, I'm right through here. He's coming to the Home Alone house. Macaulay Culkin's looking at him like, you've done well.
You've fallen right into my trap.
It's worked the first 7 times, it's going to work the 8th. He's so dumb.
So he also has lightning bolt projection, so he can shoot lightning bolts out of his hands at about 150,000 feet per second.
Jesus, that's really good.
Yeah, he has electromagnetic propulsion via electrical lines, so any electrical wire, anything that carries a large amount of electricity, he can propel himself along it.
Right, so in Static Shock, he uses the manhole cover, and then he just flies along on that. That's metal. He just sticks it to himself. I mean, yeah. I just think Static Shock is a cool hero, but they do a lot of things with him that they could probably do with Electro as well. Can he fly if he travels along on one of those things? I don't know.
Yeah, he can fly, and it's kind of like he's ionising the air around him sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
He can also make himself into a big electric man.
Big electric? How big?
Oh, dozens of feet tall, I would say.
So, really too big to not defeat Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, if you couple that with all of the other powers, he should absolutely...
The other powers, really a good combination, unless it rains, then he's fucked.
That's very true. He can ionise metal as well. He can detect electricity, which means he can turn off alarm systems.
Right, that's good. I suppose that would help with robberies.
Oh, he loves a jewel heist, Electro does.
And I think he'd be very good at them.
I think so too.
Yeah, we'll attack them one at a time. There's 7 of us. Everyone go for the jewel at once. We won't work as a team.
And again, as you say, similar to Static Shock, electromagnetic manipulation, which allows him to generate electric fields and let him move through the air.
That's really cool. I didn't realise Electro was so powerful, because I don't think he's been done well in the movies.
No, he really hasn't. And I really hope they do some element of his backstory in the new one, because if you look at Adrian Toomes, for example, he was a working man on the ground and then turned to supervillainy. That's very similar to Electro's story.
Yeah, and actually, is Jake Gyllenhaal, you could say he's man on the ground and he was wronged by Tony Stark, and then he decided to become just this grand villain. So,
yeah, that's true, actually. Although everyone in the Mysterio crew, they were all just regular workers who were hard done by, weren't they?
A lot of what makes that MCU Tom Holland thing work is a lot of his villains are all ground based, or they're all realistic. So yeah. Adrian Toomes was just a dude who created a metal suit, true alien technology, but it was just a random dudes in a place that just came up with it over 8 years, and then you have Jake Gyllenhaal, who looks fantastic and looks super powered, but in reality it's all smoke and mirrors. So Electro would be the first one that they have actual powers, unless they do the thing where Electro has I don't know, maybe something on his wrist that produces electricity, some sort of technology based power.
Maybe, yeah. No, it's a kind of a tough one, because if you could get the superpowers to work, because I'm struggling to think of just superpowered individuals in the Marvel universe who aren't derived from a serum or alien tech. You know?
It's not a lot, because I think Spider-Man was bitten by a radioactive spider, but I don't think too many other people are being bitten by radioactive things.
No, so I just think it'd be really cool if they did more of a comic accurate Electro, say.
And Jamie Foxx is the man to do it. Like, Jamie Foxx, we've kind of covered this on Movie Mondays, but if you have Michael Keaton, then Jake Gyllenhaal, then Jamie Foxx, that is a serious trio of actors to play the three villains.
Yeah, like, and then imagine those guys teaming up in Sinister Six.
Oh, one by one. One by one we'll see them, it'll be so good.
One by one. I forgot about my one by one rule. Fuck.
That was your plan. One by one we attack him. Tire him out. If you're going sixth, how are you losing that fight? Really? You gotta be looking at the other five like, guys, come on. Fuck's sake.
Unless they did it like a month apart and they gave Spider-Man time to recover.
They absolutely did. Right, we'll give him a week off in between fights. We don't want him too tired. Then we'll go again.
I did a number on him there, lads. Give him a month for that one.
Someone's like, Doc Ock puts up one of his hands and he's like, could we not just attack him even a day apart? Like, give him less time to recover. Shut up. That's a ridiculous idea.
I guess chivalry is dead, Doctor.
Doctor shithead. Fuck's sake. Oh, sorry, Norman Osborn, sorry. So that's your report on Electro, is it?
Yeah, if I just quickly go through the 1 to 7 rating system.
Yeah, okay.
He has an intelligence of 2, strength of 2, speed of 2, durability of 3, energy projection of 5, and fighting skills of 2.
It's a lot of 2s, to be fair.
It is a lot of 2s, and I think that's kind of like his origins base Electro kind of a thing, and then as he developed and learned more skills, I'm sure he's gone up the ranks quite a bit.
They could even do something mental where, like, he takes over all because we live in such a technological based world now. Like, in the 50s it wouldn't have been as cool, but now you can do so much with him. Like, you could just go, oh, he raided the internet and he's hacked into everybody's emails or whatever, or else he's raided the internet and he learned so much information he becomes the smartest man on the planet.
Yeah, you can do all that kind of shit with him because everything is electrical now.
Yeah, and because everything's electrical, like all of our banking and everything, like that would just be a way he could just transfer loads of money from everyone's bank account to his own.
Oh my god, yeah. Jesus. You should write comics, dude.
Oh man, who's doing this? Come on. I shouldn't be doing podcasts anyway. Fuck it.
Oh, please do.
So yeah, that's it for this week's Hero or Zero. Do you want me to take us out, Sean?
I'd love you to. I don't want to do any more, frankly.
No more work for you. So if you want to support the show, you can head over onto our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. It's $5 or more a month if you want to get access to all of our extra episodes that we do over there. You'll get access to all of our movie reviews that we do in the Lazarus Pit, which include, we've covered Spider-Man 2, we've gotten Batman Begins, we did Batman and Robin, Daredevil. What did we do last month? The Incredibles is what we did last month. So you will get all those extra movie reviews. It's for the price of one coffee a month. So it's pretty good. We're hoping to start doing more content up there as well over the next few months. Yeah. We're hoping to do maybe some Q&As or something like that up there. Just something small to give you an extra bit of extra episodes if you want to get into that.
Sweeten the pot, if you will.
Sweeten the pot, if you will, Sean. But you could also, if you don't want to do that, you could follow us on Twitter. It's at Heroes for Hire Pod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook, Heroes for Hire Podcast. Instagram here is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And most importantly, just tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one.
So I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Shaun Jamieson.
And we'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.